People deluded. Now, West Bromwich Albion fans, if you don't know, you probably will know in the next few years or so. Louie, 15 years of age, England under-16 international, plays for West Brom's under-16s, although I believe he has 3 goals in 6 appearances at under-18s level. I'm not here to say he's going to be next, this, that, and the third. Potential is just potential. Like I said, he's born in 2003. He is 15 years of age. Hopefully, he stays clear of injuries, but he is promising, and he is one to possibly keep a lookout for. West Brom, they've got some good players collectively throughout their academy, and they have been producing good players. And I feel there's a good academy ethos on developing players at West Brom. Tulloch is a player I got a lot of time for at West Brom, and you lot know I love Morgan Rogers. And Lewis Barry's straight off that list. I mean, he's starring for England. He's doing what he needs to do. There was a tournament in Japan. I don't know the name of the tournament that England youth levels played at, and he tore it up, people. I don't even have his statistics, but he tore up that tournament, whatever it is. I know people who are more in tune with youth international stuff know what I'm getting at. There was a tournament in Italy as well. He scored in 5 games. He scored 10 goals. This man is a man who knows how to score goals. He's a young man, but he knows how to score goals. I haven't seen him extensively, but from what I have seen of him, I'm not comparing him to Harry Kane, people. When I did see Harry Kane when in my school life, going and watching Spurs' youth sides, because it used to be either free or for the cheap. My boy used to play for Spurs. He was a good taker of chances. Now, I've seen many strikers or youth strikers score a lot of goals and do a lot of things, but I look at the way they're scoring the goals and the quality of scoring the goals, and they've been a bit iffy. Similar to Harry Kane, Barry's finishes are good finishes. He's born with the natural knack to score goals that you can't teach, and I feel he's a good striker. He scores good goals. He's chipped in a bit in the air. He probably can improve in that. He scored some good tap-ins and poaching finishes, and at the end of the day, a goal's a goal. They're all the same sort of thing. And he's also scored some good strikes, like some well-timed strikes into corners and precision, and just, you know, when you strike a ball cleanly, some good finishes. So all sorts of goals. That's one thing that will put you in a good stead as a striker. I feel he times his runs well as well. I feel he's able to lose his marker well. I feel he's a very intelligent footballer from what I see of him. Like I said, I ain't got the most extensive knowledge of the man, and I need to do my updates on him and update myself and clue myself up more. But he does look promising, people. I mean, he's, like I said, natural instinct to score goals, doing it at club level, doing it at under 18s level now for West Brom when he gets the opportunities, doing it wherever he can. To be fair with you, I think he's played for, as well as England, he's played for Ireland at international level as well. We've obviously seen what's happened with Declan Rice, and there might very well be another pull and pull in terms of who he wants to represent if and when the time comes as a full England or full Ireland international, as a proper professional footballer. He's got a good future, man. Potential is just potential. Just how far he goes relies on, obviously, things he can't control, like injuries and managers' decisions, but it's also down to him to work, to improve, not feed into his own hype, which he doesn't strike me as someone who would do them sort of things. And obviously, I don't know people around him, but he looks like an individual that's been taught well in terms of values and morals and all of them things. So he's probably got a good support network in friends and family around him, which won't allow him to get his head turned if the individual wouldn't anyways. But I like him, man. It's down to him to be a name we talk about in the next couple of years, as I'm sure every young professional footballer, aspiring footballer wants to be. But for now, people, like I said, he's a good striker, but for now, I'm out. People, comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Deluded. People, deluded. Now, Ellis-Simms, if you support Everton or you just follow youth football, you know who he is. Recently turned 18 years of age this January. Got a lot of time for him. Potential is just potential, but he is scoring mad goals. Like, I think he's gone on a bit of a drought now, allegedly, but he's doing his thing. I mean, he showed against Arsenal. I liked his goal against Arsenal, if I remember correctly, under 18s level. It was lovely to get onto the last shoulder and then score. But I like him. He's got bags of potential. He's good with his back to his back to goal. He's all right in the air. He's a physical beast. He's not the smallest. He's actually quite tall. And when you got height and you match it with pace, you're a beast. He's a problem for a lot of centre halves. Formerly of Manchester City, I believe. Currently, his stats stay at he's got 19 goals in 13 games essentially. That could be wrong, people. But either way, he's a goal machine. The man is bagging a lot of goals, people, and he is very distinctive. If you just look at his hair on the pitch, I think he's cut it now. But yeah, man, I think he's got good movement, hanging on the last shoulder, timing his runs from deep. He scores all sorts of goals. He's got an instinctive finish about him. He's a physical handful for centre-halves. He's very good at bringing other players into play, in my opinion. He's a very good player, man. He's 18, so it's difficult to see how far he can go. But if he carries it on, especially how he's doing it at youth level as well, doing it for youth level at Everton, then he might, if he carries on, he might have a future long term within the top level brackets of the game. I like him. Like I said, anyone that's a physical handful is tough enough to play against. Anyone who is quick is tough enough to play against. But anyone who is quick and strong is a myth. Like, and the thing what I like about him, he's not, like, he doesn't rely on his strength or his pace. Like, you can tell an intelligent footballer, there's a lot of movements and stuff. There's a lot of specific movements. He makes one run for the centre half, one run for to try and score, and it's very nice to see a young man that a lot of these players, a lot of young players and managers bring them in because they play on instinct and stuff. But you need to become calculated. He's a cerebral assassin, in my opinion. He's ice cold, man. He's very calculated. Again, I'm not here to say he's the next this, that and the third, but from what I see, I like how he plays, man, to be fair with you. And a couple of other players, well, literally two that I like as well, let me just bring this down, that I like from Everton as well, would be young Michael Collins. I think he's 18 years of age. He's played for England at youth level. From what I hear, he allegedly used to play further forward when he was coming up through the academy, but for now I only see him playing in defence. And it's clear to see that he used to play in midfield or something, because he's very good at bringing out the ball from the back. He's not afraid to play under pressure. I like that. He can chip in with some vital moments. He's even chipped in with a couple of goals for his side. He's very quick as well on the recovery run. Many centre-halves can't do that, so he can get people out of trouble. His composure could improve, but he's pretty composed. His positioning can improve, but he's making strides within that. I like his confidence, and he's eligible allegedly to play for first of all, he's impressed me against Brighton and United at that level, but he's eligible to play for the Republic of Ireland, which I think he's done. England as well, which he's done allegedly. And obviously, I think he's eligible to play for Jamaica as well. I didn't even see that looking at him, but yeah, man, go play for us, big man. But it is what it is. Then you've obviously got Gordon, that young winger I've seen. I like what I've seen from him. I think he's made his debut for Everton already against, is it Applewell or whoever they played in Cyprus in the Europa League. I don't think it was Applewell. It was that team that begins with an L, but it is what it is. So you've got Gordon, Collins, obviously Sims, and I don't mind Alex Delhi as well. I've seen him play for England at youth level. Rangers wanted him. He's a tidy player, man. I think he makes the right decision all the time, and he might not be one of them players that if you watch the game first time that's going to do 1,000 skills and grab the headlines, but he's a very competent and consistent individual. Potential is just potential, but these are the players I've been looking at Everton, and I think they could do their thing, to be fair with you. For now anyways, people, Deluded, I'm out. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now, Manchester City, I've named enough players. They've got a ridiculous amount of both homegrown and internationally sourced young players, and obviously it's impossible for one, let alone all of them, to make it at that club, more or less. But yeah, they got some great academy players, and I really believe in Harwood Bellis, the centre-half. He's played for England at youth level. Very composed individual. Doesn't lose many duels in the air. Looks a physical beast in terms of being a unit. Obviously, at Manchester City, with Pep Guardiola as your manager, and anyone that wants to aspire to go into that team, you have to be comfortable with the ball at your feet, as are all of them players, and especially him playing in defence. He's very skilled at bringing it out from the back, good passing range, confident in doing so. I believe he can fill in that fullback at a push as well. I got a lot of time for him. He's only 17 years of age, and again, it's difficult to see if he'll have a career at City, but I think because of his adaptability and because of how he plays, he's a decent individual. And I really like Nmecha, Lucas Nmecha, the brother. Not Lucas Nmecha, is it Felix Nmecha? Yeah, it's Felix Nmecha. Sorry, people, I messed up there. The brother of Lucas, 17 years of age, 18 years of age. I like him, man. I really like him. I watched him against Bournemouth in the FA Youth Cup, as I have watched him against Arsenal. And again, one of the players that looks to make something happen. And I do believe, based on what that game, not really gonna learn anything at that level. He's bossing it. I like his as you would expect with a player that's in a creative position at City, weight of pass, bravado to try things, guys are shooting from 25 yards, link-up play, technical ability, balance, all of these things you look for in an individual, he's got it in abundance. Very good dribbler, very confident dribbler, very good at retaining possession as well. I really like him, man. I really like him, and it's no surprise why, I won't say he's on the thoughts of Pep Guardiola, but I'm so sure within the immediate Carling Cup at first team, not just him, but Taylor, Richards, they've all been involved at some capacity in the squad, and it's clear to see why, man. I think he has more of a chance of breaking through at City than his brother. I know Pep gave his brother, the striker, some opportunities, but it's not going to happen. And it still might not even happen for this Nmecha, but I feel he's going to have a decent career, man. I like that he's not afraid to try things, to be fair with you. And to be honest, no one knows for his potential and all of these things. Well, I don't. But considering the dynamics at City in that essentially you're just one of many good players, and considering what has been happening with German clubs and things like that, you'd expect, if you're a young German club, well, young doesn't make sense, but if you're a German club and you can offer him first team football or a better pathway, you could probably turn his head. I think both of them have a lot of potential, man. Again, it's impossible to see just how far they go, or for me to tell you that anyways, but I like what I see from both of them, and there's a lot of good academy players at Palace, Manchester City. You got Frimpong, you got Richard, I forgot Richard's name, but he was formerly of Mallorca. You've got Tommy Doyle, you've got so many, you've got Garcia, you've got Brenimbe, I can't say his name, the winger. You've got Nabil, the striker. You've got many talents at City. They've got many good homegrown central midfielders as well. There's a black guy, I forgot his name. He's got a double barrel name. Got a very big. He's not big, but he runs like a unit. So they've got talent at that club, man. And obviously it's difficult to make it there, but the majority of them could go on to have decent level playing careers. And these are two players in Tyler and Nmecha that I think won't have an issue in that, or should I say, better yet, Tyler Harwood Bellis. I keep forgetting how to say his name correctly, but that's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to keep it pushing. There's no need for me to stay longer than I need to. People, Deluded, thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish.